This is the Book Deal Podcast,
where you will discover the inspiring stories of the authors behind your favourite books.
No matter what stage of writing you are at, we've got you covered. I'm Tina Strachan.
And I'm Madeleine Cleary, and join us as we pull back the curtain of published authors.
One deal at a time.
The Book Deal Podcast acknowledges the traditional owners of the land and waters which it's recorded on, and pays respect to their elders past, present and emerging. Tina, it's been a month since we've last spoken. It's been ages.
I know, it's so long. I miss our more regular chats.
I know, but we did this for a reason because we're very busy.
We're very busy. But I have missed our chats. But I've also really enjoyed having Natasha Rye on the show as well, and injecting a little bit of something different, which has been great.
Yes, we are big Natasha Rye fans, and actually Natasha's own episode, so where I'm going to be interviewing Natasha because An Onslaught of Light is coming out, and this is Natasha's debut novel, and her episode will be coming out on the 6th of March to coincide with the release of her novel. So I'm very looking forward to that as well.
It's a busy couple of months. She's busy too. She's going to be super busy afterwards.
She is.
Oh, so yes, a lot has happened, hasn't it?
Okay, so let's go back to the start. So Tina, last time we spoke, I interviewed you about your pathway to publication. You were a few days away from launch. Big feels, vibes going on. Tell us, how are you feeling? It's probably about 3 or 4 weeks, I think, after Neeka and the Missing Keys come out.
Yeah,
how
3
are you
weeks.
3 weeks. How are you feeling right now?
Maybe sort of just like living a dream a little bit. I think it's, it's been so busy, but good busy. Like literally, I've had time off work, but my days have been full still, like super busy, but it's just been so fun.
Okay, what does a day in a life of a published author look like?
Well, at the moment, I'm actually doing edits for book 2 as well. So there's a bit of that. But it's been up and down. And yeah, I mean, so when it first came out, it was that was super exciting. So that day, I don't know, it was a bit
Wait, okay, so tell us about when you first saw it on the shelf. That would have been the most amazing experience.
And that wasn't until it was out day 2 that it was out, because on the first day that it was out, like I was a little bit scared because I didn't want to go into any bookshop that just didn't have it. And then I walk in and I'm like, my book's not here. This is so sad. So, but super exciting because it's in Big W. So I thought, surely they'll have stock. Okay, I can count on that. Except my youngest child decided that he just didn't want to go to the shops.
I remember this message you sent me.
Look, Madeleine, on my release date, I just wanted to walk around like a princess all day, okay? I wanted to be spoiled. I wanted just living the life.
You told me massages, beach walks.
I did get a massage. And I had a soak, which was nice because I think it's because I just knew what was coming and I was kind of delaying it a little bit, but prepping myself for it. So that was nice. And then, like no one keeps you grounded like children. So that just brought me right back down, but it was still, and then I wanted to go out. I thought I'll take the kids out for dinner, but no one wanted to do that either. So I was like,
So wait, did you drag your son into Big W?
No, you know what, I didn't, because he was having a little tantrum and I was like, no, you're like killing my vibe now. This is not how I want to see my book, dragging you around crying. So no, I'm not going to do it. But that was fine. And I ended up just, we got some yummy takeaway and of course some bottles of champagne for at home.
Of course.
And then I dragged them along the next day.
Fantastic. So where did you see it? And tell us about that moment.
I just saw it at a local Big W because that's the closest to the school for school pickup. And yeah, that was, just so strange and so amazing to just see it sitting on the shelf. I mean, you know the book quite well by that point. You've seen it, you've held it, and so it's just this thing that's so familiar to you that, only a few people have ever seen. And now it's just there on the shelf. And my eldest son was standing in the aisle, and every time someone walked down, he'd be like, hey, Mum, can you please buy me a copy of Neeka and the Missing Key? I hear it's really good. He'd say it super loud.
He's redeemed himself then.
No, that was my eldest. He's fully appreciative of what that means. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, that was great. But honestly, just going, I just, of course, like I did anyway. Before my book was published, I'd go into every bookstore that I went past, and I still do that. And now just to see them, there's just incredible.
And not just see them yourself, but have everyone who sees them share them on social media as well. Because my feed's been full of Neeka and the Missing Key, which I love.
It's so nice. I've been so appreciative of people just because everyone's so excited for you as well, So just taking photos and sharing it, and it's just been incredible. And all the bookstores and the booksellers doing an amazing job, making sure she's out there front and center. And it's been a ride, that's for sure. So yeah, it's been a bit up and down, and that was some pretty full on weeks, and everything kind of feels a bit new.
I want to talk about your launch and how you felt during that. But before we do, this is something we shared on social media. I went into Dymocks Melbourne, so on Collins Street, first the day of. I think I must have seen it on the shelf before you did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yeah.
I was at work and I was like, absolutely, I'm going to go down to Dymocks and see if I can find Tina's book day one. And it was amazing because I actually asked the lady, can you point me to it? Dymocks Melbourne's a massive store. I only had a brief amount of time. She pointed me to the shelf. There were 2 copies on the shelf. And I was like, oh. And so I was like, oh, I'll just put the 2 copies as a face out, put it all on display and everything.
Nice.
And I was with my colleague and she's like, oh, hey, look at this. And I turn around and there's this giant stack of Neeka and the Missing Key. Huge pile.
Oh my gosh.
And I just got this, like, it wasn't even my book, but I got so proud and I was like, tingles. I was so excited for you. Oh. And so I was, filming content as you do. And then this young girl comes up and she's, maybe 8 or 9. And she's like, oh, I'm looking for a book. What should I get? And she's talking to her younger brother. And I just like, here, take this book. This is written by my friend. It's about a girl who lives in a zoo and it's wonderful. And I've read it and you'll really love it. And so, yeah, she bought it. So, I felt like I was living the journey. I've been living the journey with you these past 3 weeks.
You have. Yeah, I've been living the journey. Thank you. Oh, how's those wonderful bookseller skills coming back for you? Oh,
always.
Yes. It's like having a street team, like everyone's out and they're like, okay, I saw it here. I turned it face out for you because it was spine out. It's like, thank you. Good work. But I do have to say, on the face out thing, I actually bought a book the other day, literally just because it was face out. Like,
should we explain what face out is?
Yes. Do you want to explain it?
So when you look at a book, when you go into a bookstore and you're looking at the shelf, obviously spine out is where you've got all the little books. And so spine outs generally are for books where you've got 1 or 2 or 3 copies. Anything more than that, booksellers will try and do a face out. So at least you can see the cover and it's actually creates more room on the shelf when you can stack them face out. But you tend to only do that when you've got 4, 5, 6 copies. Like you said, that's why selling into bookstores, getting your book into bookstores and getting them to buy multiple copies is so important, because often it's the cover that sells a book. The cover does matter.
Yeah. No, I truly I was in a bookstore and it can be really overwhelming. I've managed to go to some really amazing, huge bookstores, which we just don't have here on the Gold Coast, when I was in Sydney the other week. And
just
it could be
casually when you're in Sydney. Oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about.
Yes.
Okay. So let's though talk about your launch. So this actually happened, was it about a week and a half after your release?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about the day.
Oh, it was, the whole day was just really good and everything just went really well, and I didn't feel really nervous or anything. I think I was prepared because I had a fair bit of time to prepare for it, and I had my beautiful friend Kate Foster, who is also a children's book author, be my MC on the day. So I knew that together we would be okay. And I had everyone had jobs. My family had jobs. I had my kids. They were so keen to help. And it was just super fun. I had craft for the kids to keep them entertained, because my book obviously is called Neeka and the Missing Key, about a missing key. So I had this little key ring making little craft set up for them, which was really cute. And it was at Flay's Cafe, it's called it, which is at David Flay's Wildlife Park here on the Gold Coast. So it was
Very
the
fitting.
most, it was the most perfect backdrop. You know, you walk in and they have these beautiful snakes there, and there was a wild koala in a
Beautiful
tree.
snakes.
Beautiful snakes, yes. Big, beautiful, stunning snakes. And there was a wild koala in the tree right out the front. I was just like, this is just a sign. Today's just going perfectly, which was so amazing. So, you know, lots of people went into the wildlife park afterwards and had a look around, and the venue was just, everything went perfectly. It was just fun and went smoothly. And, you know, I was.
Did you have a Prosecco or a glass of the bubbles, I hope?
You know, you try, but it's super busy because you're talking, and I didn't want to have anything until after I, you know, had a chat, and you're super busy and trying to say hi to everyone. And then someone brought me, some bubbles, and I had like a sip, and then I started signing, and then I signed for an hour. I just didn't stop.
And did you forget anyone's name? Because I've heard this is a common thing.
You know what? I was okay, but I actually had QBD there selling books for me, and they were so prepared. I had heard before, and so I had brought some Post-it notes with me, and I'd asked a friend to be my Post-it note person. So
yes,
for those people that don't know, a little trick is if you're in line to get a book signed, if someone can, you know, take your name and put on a Post-it note, put it on your book, it is because whoever is signing your book, there's spelling. Also, some people want it for other people's names, not their own, but also the author who is at the event is so overwhelmed and busy and their head is so full that I've heard stories of people forgetting their relatives' names. Yeah. Or just spelling it wrong. And, you know, I think I caught myself once where I actually completely left out a word in, you know, I wrote like I hope you enjoyed Neeka's Wild Adventures or something in the book, and I just completely left out a word, but I caught it. I thought I've probably did that 5 times, but as long as you don't forget your own name, you're probably okay. But QBD was amazing. Ava from QBD, she had pens and she had Post-it notes and she had it all under control anyway.
She's done this before.
She has done this before. So everything just went amazingly and perfectly. So it was an incredible day. It was perfect. Yes. And then I felt like it was a bit of a whirlwind after that. There was lots of social media stuff to come from that. There was lots of organising. And then, I went to Sydney the following week to meet Maria from HarperCollins, who was incredible, and Max Hamilton, who's the illustrator of the book. Met her as well, which was so fun. I've met Max a couple of times before, but we got to spend the day together, and we just spent a whole day going from bookstore to bookstore. We went to Dimmicks and George Street, which is amazing. I'd never been there before.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, how many, like 3 or 4 store levels or something like that?
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
So amazing. I went back the next day and just spent like an hour in there. And Harry Harthog and Constant Reader, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, Kinakuna. Is that right? Kinakuna? That is just an amazing shop as well. So beautiful. And also we got to go to the Booktopia offices, which was such a dream.
Tell me about this, because like it's you always see this, and it's kind of like a dream of every author to have this experience.
Yes. Yeah. And it was pretty surreal and
okay,
really
so tell us about what Booktopia signing is.
Well, so we went to I couldn't even tell you what suburb it's in, but it's a little bit out, and so you walk in and it just looks beautiful, and they have this table with all your books on it, but also the table is actually signed. Like the whole thing's just like got signatures all over it from like anyone that you've ever seen do a Booktopia signing has like signed this table.
Oh, how special.
Which is incredible. And we got to sign it too, which is really cool. Yeah, so we managed to find a little spot and sign that, and that was amazing. And everyone there was incredible.
How long did it take to sign all your books?
Not very long. Not very long. Me and Max have it down pat. We've got a nice little process, because that's been really cool too, to have your illustrator around, have double signatures in the books. Been really incredible. But then the highlight actually was going to see the robots in the Booktopia warehouse. Yes. I'd seen them before, and because they go and help collect all the books so the orders come in, and these little robots go off with their little baskets and help collect all the books, and they have these faces and these names, and you stand there and they just all move around you and move around each other. it was so cute. I kind of felt like I wanted to cuddle them, but at the same time it was a bit strange. But yeah, that was like my highlights. I'd seen them before and just thought how interesting they were. So and then the next day we went to Glee Book Club, which I always hear people talk about. And I always see people post about, but I'd never been able to go there. And so that was amazing with Rachel there. And me and Max did their book club that afternoon, which was so cute. We just hung out and chatted to the kids, and we all made our own little zoo craft. It was so fun. It was so fun. It was such a good weekend. So yeah, it's been busy.
Wow, it feels like surreal as well. Like these are the types of things that are just so far beyond normal life, isn't it?
Yeah,
It takes you out of it.
Yeah, but like you said, and you follow authors and you see them do these amazing things all the time, and it's like we're actually doing them. It's incredible. So been very appreciative of everything that I've been able to do. So yes, but now edits for book 2.
Yes.
Moving on.
And so when is book 2 coming out?
July.
Okay, July.
Yeah, so we've got a little bit of time.
It actually must be really difficult to come down, because I feel like Publicity is a different type of brain power compared with your creative power when you're writing, editing books. Has it been difficult to come down from the high to sort of sit down and do the work?
Yeah. I think I welcomed having the edits come in, and it had been so long since I've seen the manuscript, so I was looking forward to that. But yeah, it is a bit of a change, a gear shift, because you're kind of running on this high of like all the publicity and all the events and just meeting people, and social media is definitely has been taking a bit of time, but I've been grateful to have the time to do that, because it's time sensitive too, isn't it? Like you can't. Sometimes I'm not particularly quick to post things that I've been up to, but I'm like, I have to do it for this, quite quickly. So yeah, no, but it's great. It's been great. It's been great to get my head back into the editing space. So
you're always so good. Have you been able to maintain your writing every day while on Publicity?
Yeah, I've
really
kind of.
You're amazing. I don't know how you do it.
I think, well, because I've taken some time off, but it's been really awesome. I've been able to get into a manuscript that I'd almost finished completely outside of this series, and I was actually a bit worried if I'd be able to get back into it, but you know what? I've just written some awesome chapters on that too, so I feel like I've had my head in a few different places. But yeah, I'm just trying to make the most of my time.
I really admire you, Tina. I don't think I could do that, because that's what I'm struggling with at the moment, is trying to I think the last time we spoke and had this kind of chat was in December, and I think back then I was like, oh yes, I'm progressing this manuscript. I've pretty much halfway. If I just keep going, I want to have it done by the end of the year. Well, things end up, I haven't really done any work on it since then, and very mindful of that as well. Like it's been a couple of months since I've actually picked it up, because I find I struggle to actually have two things going at once, because there's been so much stuff going on with the Butterfly Women in the background that's taken up a lot of my energy and time, and I really struggle to put anything else towards book 2 that I'm working on at the moment. So I've had to I think come to like just sit with that and accept that. And at first I was feeling super guilty and bad, but I think, and this is not just for published writers but for emerging writers as well, things happen in life that you can't control, and you can't just if creative life pursuits, you need to put your best self into them, put the right energy into it. And I just know that over the last couple of months I haven't been able to put that right energy to it. So this book that I'm writing, it's going to be written in the pockets of time, which is very different to how I wrote The Butterfly Women, which was over a nice consistent period.
I know. And I guess things are changing now. You're all very close to being a published author, and things will change your writing style, I suppose.
Yes.
But you have only just finished your absolute final edit, so haven't you?
Literally yesterday.
Yesterday. Isn't it funny? Like we put so much pressure on ourselves. Like so it's not even been 24 hours, Madeleine. And I think you'll probably find that time now, because you can kind of maybe put a put a little like stopper now behind the butterfly women for a little bit. It's a different kind of work that you're going to do on it now, right? You're going to work on the promo. You've got a few other things that, and commitments that you have to do around that, working up to it and your launch. And it's a different kind of work, but it won't be that as creatively writing, I don't think.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So you'll probably,
maybe
you'll
we'll
probably
see.
feel like you'll want to get back to work because you do have that space and that outlet. And it's funny. You sound like me. I get sometimes if I'm not progressing, I get super anxious about it, like, and really kind of annoyed, like, I still haven't written it. I must write it. And, it reminds me of an interview that I did recently on the book deal with Kirsten Eland. And she had that quote. I think I used it as our quote on socials. That was something along the lines of, these are self-imposed timelines that you're putting on yourself.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, no one else is doing this. No one else is making you work this hard. You just got to do what you can. And, Kirsten, she suggested just quitting. She found if she quit writing for a bit, it would just, the flow would just come back to her anyway. But it's all, we're just putting those timelines on ourselves, aren't we? So
that's right. That's right. And it is definitely self-imposed. But I think I hit a point in my writing where I felt stuck. And I tried a couple of times, but it was also, and then it got stuck, but it was also coinciding with lots of other things going on in my personal life.
Yeah, and I think you can try as much as you want to block that out. Like I really try to compartmentalize, but I found this, and I think this is where you are now, in the weeks before launch of the book. You do have these other deadlines that aren't self-imposed. They are actual, like your book launch is this date and your book is coming out on this date. Like there's nothing you can do to change that. So sometimes you do need to actually just let that go, because these right now is your actual book that is on the shelf, that is coming out and people are going to be able to buy it. And that is where all the energy probably should go in that time.
Yes, and it's pretty consuming, this type of energy you have to give to these types of things as well. Like it's really consumed a lot of my thoughts. Like normally, in a normal time, I'd sort of be thinking about my book and you sort of, it's a really great time to be able to ponder questions in the book and plot holes and all sorts of things. I'm not doing that. At the moment, it's okay, my to-do list, there's 20 things I have to do. How am I going to prioritize this while also working full-time? Social life is a lot at the moment as well. We've, got lots of things going on every weekend. So it's like, how do I sort of plot out that time? So for me, the creative writing has just had to drop in the last 2 months. And that's been the first time in years that's had to drop. And it's so super sad. But like you said, I've got to focus. I've got the Butterfly Women coming out in 2 months now. So that has to be my number one focus. And I'm okay with that. Like I've come to that acceptance. I'm just not going to put that pressure on myself. So
and
like
it'll come back.
The self-imposed deadlines. It will come back. And I'm very happy. Yeah, I'm very excited to get back to it too. But I want to also have a bit of space to get back into it. Because I'm afraid if I jump back in a month's time, it's all going to blow up again. So.
No, you're right. And you can't force it. Hey, it's hard.
I'm Bronwyn Rivers, author of The Reunion, a crime thriller being released by Hachette on the 11th of February 2025. I was born and grew up in Newcastle, and now I live here in Sydney's inner west with my partner and 2 children. The hunting party meets the dry in this tense thriller set in the Australian bush. The pitch indicates how The Reunion derives from 3 things I love: atmospheric country house mysteries, tense, secret-filled psychological thrillers, and the harsh beauty of the Australian bush. It is set in a fictional location somewhere within the rugged forests of the Greater Blue Mountains region west of Sydney, a place I visited every year while growing up. The story. 10 years ago, 6 young friends went on a hike into this bushland. Only 5 came out alive. Now, on the 10th anniversary of Ed Fletcher's death, the remaining 5 friends are reuniting at the home of Ed's mother Martha, a farmhouse lying deep within the forest. When the friends arrive, the house is in terrible condition and Martha is obviously disturbed. The weather is very hot and the house is very isolated. Something is about to go horribly wrong. What is the truth about Ed Fletcher's death all those years ago, and how far will someone go in order to get it?
But you have been having a very exciting social life, you just mentioned. You've been to a few fun things recently.
Yes. So it was actually really fun last Tuesday night. Femme Press put on, and it was in conjunction with Simon & Schuster. It was Author and Aperol Roadshow, which was to introduce authors from Simon & Schuster and Affirm Publishing this year. So there's about 12 authors, I think, and I actually had no idea what to expect. So Christine Newell, who's another debut with Affirm, she's amazing, and I've read her book. I just finished it this morning, and it's amazing, 5 Seasons and Soul. So I'll be putting a post up on my social media. It comes out on Tuesday this week, so here's a bit of a plug.
Tuesday.
It's amazing. It was such a beautiful book. So Christine and we met up beforehand because we thought we'll go into the party together.
Yeah,
it was on a rooftop. Safety in numbers. Rooftop in Melbourne. We walked up there. It's gorgeous.
Sounds
afternoon. Incredible. And yeah, we didn't really know what to expect, but they had name tags for us, like special author name tags. So there's 12 of us. And then I didn't know who the other authors were. And I looked and it was like Bree Lee and Kate Milden-Hall, Mark Potts-Russell, Matt Rogers, like all these like very big name authors. And so I was like, oh, this is cool. And so then they invited a whole bunch of booksellers from around Victoria. And instead of doing formal presentations, which is what they do each year, authors will present their books and pitch their books. Instead, it was a bit of a game. Which was really cool. They had this little passport, and booksellers had to approach you when you have your little name tag on. They know you're an author.
Yeah. And
they have to ask for your pitch and then get your signature in their passport.
Oh my gosh.
And any bookseller who has all the signatures at the end of the night goes into a draw to win $1,000 gift card.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah,
that is a
really
great
cool
idea.
So that means that we as authors don't have to awkwardly, especially us debuts who don't really know many people, awkwardly tap people on the shoulder and say, hello, can you please buy my book?
Yeah, that is awkward, isn't it? And even having to do the whole pitch is awkward. So how many times did you have to do your pitch during the night then?
Well, and this is the thing. This is why it was so surreal. And I was talking with Kate Milden-Hall about this after the event. Like, it's first time I've actually really talked and pitched the book to anybody, because the book has been in my little circle, my nice little comfy editorial circle for like the last 18 months. And so I had developed a pitch at lunchtime in my day job because I hadn't had time to think about it. I was like, okay, this will do. And because I thought I better prepare a pitch. They didn't tell us to, but I thought I better prepare one just in case.
Good work.
And then when I rocked up, a firm's like, yep, so you'll have a minute to pitch to each of the booksellers. And I was like, okay, cool, glad I've got that ready. And so by the end of the night, it's interesting. And Christine and I were chatting about this. At first, it was quite stilted, the pitch, because it was something that came out of memory. And then by the end of the night, it was you tested it so many times that you got to know when to add in information and insert things and play with things. And it was like quite natural and comfortable. And and thankfully,
and maybe the Aperol spritzes as the night went on was certainly helpful for people.
It was helpful for some people, but I was in this really also awkward. Oh God, I shouldn't say this on the podcast. I'm TMI, but anyway, everyone knows all my bowel issues.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So, and it was hilarious actually. I had to do a procedure on Thursday last week, and so Tuesday was prepping for this procedure, and so Tuesday I was meant to take my first laxative.
You were so brave. You went before booksellers and publishers.
I was meant to take it just before the evening. And I spoke to the pharmacist and I explained I had a very important event to attend. And she said, I would highly recommend you do not take it. she's like, if you wait till when you get home, it should be okay. So I was like, okay. So I was not allowed to eat or
I'm
drink.
glad you checked.
I know.
It'll be fine. Surely it'll be okay if I just have one.
Can you imagine? Anyway, so at the event, I couldn't eat or drink anything except for water. And there was all this delicious food and I was so hungry. And this poor, lovely server, she kept coming up with all these different food options for me. And I kept saying, no, that's okay. No. And I could tell she was getting frustrated. So then she brought this whole other dish for me and she's like, it's not meat, it's cauliflower. Like she must have thought I was vegetarian.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't want to say, oh, I'm not eating because I'm about to.
Bowel issue.
Anyway,
Oh, good on you for keeping on trying.
I was like, I'm just not eating. So yeah, I was starving. I was so hungry, and you're trying to like pitch, and it would have been nice to have a glass of prosecco or an Aperol. But no, it was great. I had this one woman. She was so lovely. She beelined after the initial chat. She'd like beeline towards me, and she's like, sales reps just come into the bookshop to talk about your book. I'm so excited. I just wanted to say how excited I am about the Butterfly Women. Very keen to get you on get you to sign books, do an event, whatever. Like I was like, oh, I didn't even have to pitch. She's like, you don't need to pitch because I already know what it's about. I'm so excited. Like it was just this surreal fairy tale night. And I was on a high for the rest of the day. So I got home at about 10:30 p.m., took my laxative, logged in to work at 8 a.m. the next day.
Yeah. I know what you mean by you feel like it's just in your little comfy editorial sort of and close people and for early readers and stuff like that, the only ones. And then all of a sudden people outside know. And they're talking to you about it and they've read it or they've seen it or there's comment on it. It's a whole new world and that's very exciting, Madeleine. It's all just
okay. So I want to ask you because the thing that I'm getting, the common thread, I suppose, for all authors before their books comes out, is they're quite anxious in the lead up to, but then as soon as the book's released, they feel fine. I didn't get the sense from you that you were overly anxious in the lead up. Is that, I knew you were very busy, but I don't know if you felt that, but I'm keen to hear what you think.
I don't think I felt anxious. I think I had the same sort of concerns, I guess, that what if it's just really bad?
Yeah.
What if it's a really bad book? No one wants to read it. And I've made a big mistake in this somewhere that somehow no one's picked up. all those things that we all do.
Yes.
But that's I think just normal for any author. But I didn't really feel too much anxiety in the lead up. I just think I was excited. And, it's been it's been 2 years since I signed. And I think I was just like, we're finally here. So I think it was a different it was more of an excitement of what's to come. What's to come. And I just knew, I was pretty excited to have, 6 weeks off work.
Absolutely.
To do writery stuff. And, that I've got lots of words down and in between doing all the publicity stuff and just enjoying the ride. I just really wanted to have that time to enjoy the ride. So I knew that was all coming and I was just excited, I think, for it. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you feeling the anxiety, Madeleine? Or?
No, I don't feel anxious at the moment. I feel very excited.
Yeah.
I did have a bit of a sort of last couple of days, is everything I'm writing really crap? But I've moved past that. I recognize that's just a natural thing for people to think. No, I'm really, really excited now, and time is going fast. I think last year I was like, time's going really slowly. It's still end of April, it's still 6 months away, and then suddenly it's like, we're 2 months out now.
Yes, I felt the same, and I don't know if it was because there was Christmas and all that sort of thing in the last month before it came out, but it just that all of a sudden it was just here and it's out, and it just flies, and it's been out for 3 weeks now. That's pretty crazy.
So what does your next few weeks look like then? so you've still got the time of work. So you've got, and you've got book 2 edits. Do you
Got
have
book two
other
edits.
Neeka and Missing Key events?
I do, and I have one this weekend, and that's exciting because this episode will be aired when there's still a couple of days to go. So if anyone's in Brisbane and would like to come to, I'm actually having a Brisbane launch as well at Where the Wild Things Are, and in Brisbane, and that's on this Saturday, which is the 1st of March, and it's at 10 a.m. And we'll put the link in the show notes, but Where the Wild Things Are, lots of people know what it is. It's right next to Avid Reader in Brisbane, and it's an incredible kids bookstore, and the team there are amazing. And yeah, come along. We'll be there. There'll be cupcakes. There'll be keyring making. There'll be my animal game called Who's Food and Who's Poo. There's 2 parts to it. Super fun. Yeah, so that's what's happening this weekend. And then, returning back to work the following weekend. So I feel like everything will just sort of settle into the new normal. I'll be working, edits are due at the end of this week, so I'll get them in and, just work towards book 2. In July.
Exciting. I can't believe it. July, another one. You're going through all this again.
I know. Hey, you know what else exciting that's happening in July for all our listeners is the CYA conference.
And everyone will know about the CYA if you've been listening to the podcast for a while.
Yes. They've just released a whole new round of editors and agents from all the different houses for assessments. So you can book in to get assessments from many, many different publishing houses and editors and agents as well. So, and they book out really quickly. Yes.
Get onto that, everybody. Very. Are you going to be part of the assessing crew, Tina?
No, but I'm going to be a presenter there because I'm a CYA success story, they call it.
You are.
So yeah, I'll be presenting. So the conference is in July as well. So that's very exciting.
Amazing. I'm so excited. And we've been having some fun chats as well in the interim with some of our 2025 debuts. We've had some great releases coming out this year, at the start of this year. So we really encourage everyone to support, your Australian debut authors. And if you do enjoy their book, share it on social media, tell them about it, because it's just, I know from your experience, it's just great, isn't it, to hear from readers. And
it's so nice. Honestly, that was probably the most exciting part of launch day, just having my phone just constantly, like someone's shared another reel because they've seen the book in the store, and just knowing how excited everyone is. So also, yes, if you do see the debut crew books on the shelves, make sure to turn them cover out. So
yes, absolutely. And if you want a list of our debut books as well, so Natasha on the podcast actually has a newsletter that she releases every month with a little bit of a Q&A with all of our debut authors for this year. So definitely sign up to that.
And fellow debut crewer Holly Brunbauer, if you follow her on Insta, she does monthly updates as well of everybody's books that are coming out in that month. So that's a really good way of keeping on top of the debut crew for this year and finding some new reads and a new author maybe to follow.
Yes, we really encourage it. So, we had the debut panel interview last week as well with some of our amazing crew. So, it was a great chat, and perhaps panel chats are a way forward for the book deal. I think it was really fun. yeah,
it's definitely fun. I think we're going to do a kid lit one soon as well. Yes. So keep an ear out or an eye out for that one. Very soon.
Amazing.
Oh, so great to catch up with you, Madeleine.
Oh, it's been too long, Tina, and I'm just so thrilled for you on your success. And from all sounds, it sounds like your book's flying, which is amazing when I've been chatting to booksellers. So we are so happy for you, Tina.
Oh, thanks. That's so exciting. But I'm very excited to follow you in these next few months before the Butterfly Women come out.
Yes, and we will be talking before then, and you will be interviewing me as well, I think, in a couple of months.
I am so excited for this. When do I get my ARC?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I've just finished the proofread, so...
Okay, send it over. I'm excited.
All right, lovely to chat as always, Tina.
Same for you. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Book Deal podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the pod so you can receive updates as soon as our new eps drop. And to keep up to date with what the pod is doing, you can also find us on Instagram.